Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a fantastic Monday. I mean, it's really going to be nice. It's going to be like 20 degrees out today. Uh, that's like amazing. So it's nice enough. It's already like plus 15. I've got my window wide open and, I'm sitting here and you know what? I should actually take my hoodie off. Just like Mr. Rogers, I'll take my sweater off. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. So, yeah, feeling a little bit better in the shoulder. I kind of buggered her up a little bit here on Saturday with this whole Saturday heist thing. But I woke up today. I was only feeling a tiny bit stiff, so I only took one Robaxacet and had a little bit of smoky. So I'm not feeling any pain. In fact, I'm in really fine shape. But what a really fantastic weekend. Last night was great too. Valerie had to run into work to be the champion and save the world and all that jibber jabbers. So me and little buddy had a small fire, cooked supper on the fire, and had us a nice little picnic on the front step and watched the sun go down. It was just absolutely fantastic. And these truly are the moments that you cherish forever and you'll never let go of. They really are. Um, so, but moving on, this is like the third attempt at making this video. Um, I was going to go live to do this, but YouTube has actually changed their policy on live stream from mobile devices. In order to live stream from a mobile device now, you have to have no fewer than 1,000 followers. Well, I have like maybe 24. So I don't think I'm going to be live streaming from mobile anytime soon. You can still do it from a webcam off of your laptop or tower machine. So, but I don't have that set up. So this is actually a new phone that I'm using today. I had found this phone on one of my junking missions. It was frozen in the ice. I brought it home. I put it in a bag of rice, stuck it on a heating pad to see if it worked, and lo and behold, it did work. And what's even crazier is that the screen, like, it's not damaged. There's no screwy picture or anything. Like, this phone's in shockingly amazing shape for being frozen for the entirety of the winter. Hold on, we're just gonna. This episode brought to you by Red Bull. Yeah, so my attempts to contact the owner of the phone and try to get it returned have met in failure. Um, I tried messaging several of the contacts in the phone, and none of them got back to me after more than a month. So I said, screw it, I guess I have a new phone. And this phone's actually got quite a bit more memory than my other one and can record in 720 p60, etc., etc. It's just a way better setup. So this device is going to be my dedicated YouTube video device from now on until something better comes along. Right. Moving forward, today we're going to do a bit of a roundup from just kind of the crazy weekend, and I got a couple of choice goodies to sort of show off here. But first and foremost, just want to give a shout out to Chris Kahn from Laval, Quebec. Chris and I had made a trade not too long ago, and he sent me a pair of these American 1100 series, and I actually like these Americans. They're fairly difficult to pick, and these ones are a little oddball. And then that they're already branded. They've got somebody's logo kind of silk screened onto it here. And Chris, if you end up watching this, I did look up Bridor. They are actually a manufacturer of breads and like pastries and stuff, and they run 4 plants in the U.S. and Canada, And yeah, so they are kind of a big deal. So that explains why they might, if they got four plants going, that would certainly explain why they would, get a bunch of master locks with their logo printed on it. So yeah, so I got two of these. So one's gonna obviously go into the permanent padlock collection, and this bad boy is going to go into the project box, where who even knows what's gonna end up happening to it. Could be a challenge lock. It could be anything. So yeah, just stick this back in the box. And kind of another silly thing that has happened today is this is actually the third time I've tried to record this video. Being unfamiliar with this phone and its settings, I somehow accidentally triggered the time lapse function. And I couldn't figure out why the first video was like 5 seconds long and a flurry of pictures, and the second one was basically the same thing. And finally, it dawned on me. I was like, hey, this looks like a time lapse. So I went back and looked in the settings, and sure enough, I had somehow had it on a time lapse. So yeah, we got that fixed. Right. So Saturday heist. Um, yeah, that was it was quite the haul. I got this really handsome safe dial, and for those of you that have been following for a while, I do have an older video that shows a safe dial, an old Sergeant Greenleaf safe dial that had been repurposed to a drawer pull on my nightstand. So the other drawer on my nightstand still has a traditional pull, and that's what this bad boy's for. Because I mean, it's only the mount and the stem and the dial, right? It doesn't have the code box or anything. So yeah, I got to do a little bit of work to this to make everything fit. So that's going to be a project for later. But I was really glad to find that. Um, I got a metric frick ton of these little push cam locks. I got about, I don't know, 30 of these short barrel ones, and I got about 20 of a longer barrel, and they're, I don't know, maybe about a quarter of an inch longer. So, and this was the only one that came keyed. I will have an opportunity to get a whole bunch of these keys that are already cut, probably better than this. Look at the terrible bidding on that key. My lord, that's a joke. Um, so I will be able to get a number of these keyed, and once I get that on the go, I'm going to maybe offer these up for trade, because I do have an abundance of them. And that would probably be a little bit better than all of them ending up in my scrap bin. All right. So this was the only example of this particular lock that I could get. This is a nice old Corbin. This is also a cam lock, but operates a bolt. And this one came with a key, but the key did not initially operate it. I actually had a bunch of these. I found a bunch of these cores just by themselves, and I was able to disassemble some and back shim this lock and provide it with a key. But this lock is old enough that it's a little bit loose and perhaps doesn't quite operate as good as it used to, but it does. Oh, come on. It does work. There, can be made to operate. So that's going to hit the collection there too. Another thing that I got a fair amount of were these old Yale fire protection locks. So this would just be on like a fire panel in like the main area of a building, and they would have these latch style fire panel locks holding the various panels for fire equipment shut. So I got two main styles. I probably got about a dozen of these Yales, and they're just a wafer lock, right? So they're nothing serious, but they are pretty vintage, so they are potentially a collectible item. and I probably got about 8 of this style, and a few more that are unbranded and look differently and whatnot. But yeah, these are a nice vintage one, and I have no keys for any of these bad boys. They're just a fairly easy to bust wafer lock, right? So there's not really any point. But I will most certainly be offering some of these up for trades immediately, because I have an abundance. I don't have to do anything to them. Um, Another bit of a gem was this cam lock. It does not have a maker's mark on it of any kind. There's none behind this plate either. But that is a very Yale-ish looking keyway. So, and this lock I haven't been able to pick. So I love a good challenge. So we're gonna get this bat. We're gonna get a key for this, and that'll go in the project box until such time as we're ready to move ahead with it. And I think the last bit of treasure, well, treasure to me, is this ratcheting cam lock. Now, I just recognize this one because I have read about this particular lock before. This is a Wonder Lock, and they have a pretty funny looking key, right? It's a short, very wide, stubby looking bugger, and the Wonder Lock was supposed to be all wondrous because the keys got bitting on both sides, right? So you would think that with this keyway, it might be fairly difficult to, get in there with a snowman rake and be able to rake both sides simultaneously or what have you. But what I have discovered is this thing rakes very easily with my tickler here. Uh, you don't even have to activate the top set of wafers. You just need to tickle this bottom set here. Oh, come on. Haha, now that I've got it on camera, it won't go. That's hilarious. Oh, come on. All right, let's reset and try that again. The last time I did this, I beat it in like half of a second. It was hilarious. Oh, come on. Huh. Well, ain't this a pickle? Man, and this is just really kind of aggravating, actually, because the few times that I have beat this lock, it was just like in, out, boom, done. So I may have lost my magic somewhere along the way, or the locksmithing gods are punishing me for my arrogance. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see? So, yeah, and I only had to tickle the bottom set of wafer. I didn't even have to, I don't even, the secondary bidding on this key might not actually matter. Obviously doesn't if I'm able to pick it in this manner, but yeah, this is a bit of a vintage lock too. This is probably from the early 70s, which is consistent from the time period that the building that this came from, right? That's roughly the time that it was constructed. So, yeah, this has got a pretty funky key, so, and this is vintage enough to enter the collection. So I'm gonna get this bad boy keyed and see what I can do about filing a key for this. This will be neat because I have never filed a key for a wafer lock, and it's a tiny bit different than filing a key for a pin and tumbler. So yeah, no, that'll be a fantastic project. Anyways, that's really all I have for everybody today. I just kind of wanted to, share that roundup, and I'm gonna finish my Red Bull. I'm gonna hop on my bike and I'm gonna go for a ride because it's just such a nice day today, and I can't sit around here all day and dick around with this stuff. Even though that's kind of what I would like to do, I should probably get outside today and get some sun. Anyways, I want everybody to have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you real soon.